Hey guys, so some of you guys wanted a little tour with this little girl. Nope, I already opened it. So it's a 1954 Hudson Hornet family car. It's got more doors, 4 doors. But anyway, let's open this up. Ta-da! It's not your standard 6-cylinder, inline 6. It's got 146 more cubic inches than the original motor that came in it. So it's got a little bit of get up and go. Not bad. It's a 2000 model 454, which is a Gen 6 454. I got it out of a van, a 1-ton van, Chevy Express, out of the junkyard. And I wish I'd gone through it a little bit better. I just put a cam in it and started running it, but there's something not right about it. So I got another one over there. I just don't have the money right now to mess with it, so I drive this one as it is. This front bracketry comes off of a mid-90s Chevy truck. I forget the name of the company that makes the little adapter plates and brackets. That way you can put a serpentine belt on it. Works pretty neat. And really neat. There we got your AC and alternator. I don't have power steering, so I didn't need that. And I had to put a front motor plate right in there so the power steering won't fit anyway. Manual brakes real close to the valve cover, and manual steering, but it works good. So this radiator comes off of a mid-60s Chevy truck that it fit just in the right spot, and that's about it. I'll get the AC working on it eventually. I've already got the controls inside the unit. The vintage air, that's what I got. I need to put the condenser and hook it all up, run the hoses, but that's for another day as well. The inside doesn't have carpet in the front because I took it out because these here leak, and I accidentally left it out in the rain and it ruined my door panels. They swole all up. I actually made these door panels with a home sewing machine. Worked out pretty good. Now I need to do the seats, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can do the seats myself. That's a little big of a project, especially for a home sewing machine. I wanted to put, vinyl stripe here, or vinyl across the outside perimeter, and then cloth in the center. That way you don't sweat so much, because these seats get really hot. And I wanted to do a very similar pattern like this diamond pleated pattern, but with cloth right in the center, so it'd just be black and red perimeter. And like I mentioned, the front doesn't have any carpet because the water just runs down in here and that pools. So to keep it from rusting, I don't have carpet. The back does though. Back has carpet, works fine. Smells like an old car, old headliner. It's probably what smells, maybe even the seat. But this is what I was talking about. This board warped. I should have used aluminum or something else other than this. It's a cardboard material, I guess. I don't actually know what it's even called, but I should have used some of that instead, and I didn't. But it's an okay car. Runs all right. A great big old steering wheel because it's manual transmission. I'm sorry, manual steering. I put my vents in here with the gauges, just bent up a little piece of aluminum, and texture black controls for the fan. Work all right. Nothing fancy about it. Works good. I figured I'd do a little checking of the wheel bearings, stuff like that. So I'm going to check those out. I got it up on jacks. Going to put it on some stands here in a second, and just make sure it's doing all right. So that's pretty much it. Little rundown of the car. Nothing fancy. A regular old carburetor. I think it's an 850 Edelbrock. Cool finned valve covers, and big blocks are nice. I had to do a lot of work to fit this guy in here because the car has rear steer, so the oil pan had to be chopped up and modified. I don't hold 6 quarts anymore. I just hold a little bit over 4, but surprisingly it doesn't overheat, so that's nice. This is a really good fan. Radiator and fan doesn't overheat, so that does well. So not bad. HEI distributor, but either way, I guess I'll do it. Okay, so well, I guess I better try and do something to this. Got an exhaust that points down right here, and it works good, except for that it's loud because it reverberates off the bottom of the car. And I have a set of, you know, Summit like glass packs, but I think I've already burned them things all the way through, so it's just straight pipes. So it's pretty loud. Now while loud is cool, it has a loud drone inside the cab. I think mostly because of this, but I ended up buying some mufflers that I may install. Not me, I'm gonna, these guys right here. For those that want to know, this is the Super 50 series model, Flowmasters. And also my son is not helping me because he's cutting the grass. So anyway, that's what's going in it. Had them for a while. Right. I'm gonna put them on there here at the back, just at the back section. I'm just gonna splice in there, and hopefully that'll help quiet it down just a little bit more. I'm gonna exit the exhaust straight out this way. I don't initially really like the thought of exhaust round sticking out like that, but it's just loud. So if that helps keep the noise out of the car, then better for me. So let's see what we can do. I need to get this guy moved over to the other side. Now, I don't have a fuel tank because it's in the trunk, and I don't like that it's in the trunk, but that's the way the car came. It's a plastic one, and here's where the tie downs go. I'll put the mufflers in here and make them come out each side of my receiver hitch like that. And somebody used a bearing as a spacer. Funny. Either way, so that looks like what I'm going to try and be doing. All right, there goes nothing. Got that one out. Okay, another trick is to figure out where that guy comes out here, somewhere in this area. It's a big muffler. So something like that. And I don't mind that this comes out towards the center. It'll be fine. I can't get it on that side of the leaf spring anymore, but that's okay. So something like that will work. These are fun. Said nobody. I need a lift, but then I don't have shop space, so it's one or the other. That'll work. I've got these U bends. Where'd it go? I'll start there and bend down this way and come out that way. Doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it looks pretty even on each side. So let me get that guy out and I'll be back. Okay, so now that this exhaust got cut off, oops, that one over there is going to be a hard one. So I like to do the hard ones first. That way the second one is a lot easier. And like with anything, right? You have an order of how you do things, and I like to get the harder ones out of the way while you still got energy and still excited about doing whatever task is at hand. And that way the easier one will be easier when you're already tired. So I find that you get better consistency that way, in that you do the tough one first when your brain and ready and fresh, and the second one is not so tough, so it's not so tough, a little bit easier. So let's see if we can do that. I got them installed, except for that I think now that there was something loose in one of these mufflers. I left those in there, those glass packs. Either that or it's hidden on something. But there's some noise coming out of this one here, making me nuts. This one right here. So I hope something's not loose in there, but I'm gonna have to wait on that because I just don't got time to fix that right now. So we'll see. But thanks for watching. Hope you learned what not to do, because I am not a muffler man. You will never see the bottom of my car. Anyway, alrighty. Well, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.